Crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Crack a bottle.
What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and this is a little PSA right before our battle today. The person we are going up against, Zypher634, he's a good friend of mine in the community. Any shots fired at him, quote-unquote, in this video are completely in fun. We'll still be friends at the end of the day, and we're going to have some fun. So let's hop right on into this battle. Like I said, we are battling Zypher634 today, so be sure to bullet punch that like button, and let's hop right on into this battle. If you ever want a chance to battle me, make sure you follow me on Twitter. If not, follow me on Twitch. We do viewer battles there all the time. If you're new to the city, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, if you guys would please hit that like button for me. It shows you guys are liking this kind of content. And this is definitely going to be an interesting battle, because the story behind this battle is that Max has been trying to get into the competitive scene for a while now, and he wanted to battle me. Okay, he asked me probably a month ago for a battle, and I was like, okay, like we'll get something happening. He asked me during when I was sick for a battle, and I was like, when I feel better, and then it was like, when can you battle? And I was like, when the GBA is done. And we started talking about all this stuff, so let me look really quick. He's Pelipper, Florges, he always brings a Milotic. He always brings a Milotic. So he's got the Doug Trio to arena trap my Jolteon. I'm bringing Jolteon, Mega Pidgeot, Heracross, Florges, Darmanitan, and Blastoise, because I feel that is a good team. Well, anyways, let me do this really quick. So he's going to, I feel like he's either going to lead off with the Doug Trio or he's going to lead off with the Galvantula. I'm going to lead off with the Infernape, because a choice banded, or not Infernape, Darmanitan. I'm going to lead off with the Darmanitan because I feel a choice banded Darmanitan is about to put in some of the finest on his team. Anyways, we were talking, and I had a little bit of luck with Jolteon in some of my battles a while back. And he said in the Skype group, I hate Jolteon. So I said, I'm bringing Jolteon to our battle. You can plan on it. So he leads off with the Spider Bread, whatever this thing's called, Spodermang. Very original. So, I feel comfortable just going for... I'm just go for Rock Slide. I'm going to go for Rock Slide. He's going to outspeed. He's going to set up the webs to outspeed me, which is, you know, it's fine. Didn't take a picture of his team beforehand. That's my bad. Let me see if I can still piece together. So we get the Rock Slide off. It's going to bring him down to his Focus Sash, of course. Let me see here. He's got the Galvantula. He's got Doug Trio, Milotic, Pelipper, Galvantula, Doug Trio, Milotic, Pelipper, Entei, and Florges. Fun fact: I was actually going to bring I was actually going to bring an Entei, but my Entei decided not to work. It was apparently an event Pokemon, and I got the event file, but didn't work. So the guy is going to straight up thunder us really quick. So I'm going to, he has nothing really to take on Florges, so I'm going to go out into Florges, because I've got a Thunder or an Energy Ball or a Bug Buzz coming my way that I do not want to take. For those of you who don't know, Remember Me the Florges is actually, we featured this Florges set on the channel a while back. I got several 6-0s with the Florges. So it's a Bold Nature. That was a crit. Okay. Yeah, Darmanitan would not have lived that. So, it's a Bold Nature Florges that you set up Calm Minds all over, so that way you've got, you know, max HP, max defense. It already has just, I want to say 157 base special defense. So he goes out into his own Florges, which is okay. He probably carries the Toxic on it, if I had to guess. Carries the Toxic on it, I'm sure. This is strictly supportive. You Calm Mind, Moonblast, Synthesis, and Aromatherapy just to heal yourself, cure any status ailments, stuff like that. So, I'm going to just hard switch back out into the Darmanitan. I'm going to double back out into the Darmanitan, because if he goes for a Toxic, I'm not too worried. Magilla's just here just to get a few heavy hits off. And even with the speed drop, we do have the rapid spin on the Blastoise when we want to get this away. Toxic damage combined with just max damage Flare Blitz. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz here. He does have a couple things on his team that resist it, and that means a Milotic. But even then, like, Milodic's more of a specially defensive monster, I feel like. But that's just me saying that, though. What I want to ask you guys about is I want to get, like, I've got, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, which, hint, hint, follow me on Twitter, you saw I've got the new desk setup. I've got the monitor, the corner desk, the lamp. I want to get a mic suspension, but I don't know how well, if I like put it right here, you can still see my face kind of, but I feel like I move my face a lot. My closet's open, and you guys can see all my clothes. Man, okay. Either way, let me know. Let me know if that'd be cool, because, I don't know, it'd just be better to have it, like, right off. So he goes for, he's gonna stay in, he's gonna take this Flare Blitz. That's not gonna be good. That's gonna actually one-shot the Florges without the crit. So the Florges is down. Let me paint that black in my little document here. So he's probably gonna go into, I'd imagine he goes into the Milotic. He could go into the Dugtrio to outspeed me, but I don't really see that being a thing. I'm curious why he brought the Pelipper, because I specifically told him I'm bringing a Jolteon. And if I can actually go this whole battle without bringing Jolteon in... Just saying. So, he's thinking. The Pelipper! I don't really have... The Galvantula's on 1. I don't really have anything I really need to save this thing for anymore, so I'm just gonna Flare Blitz it up. I mean... It's gonna one-shot the Pelipper without a crit. So, Darmanitan's just running shop. Just absolutely running shop. Poison damage is probably gonna take us out. He needs to go into something that's gonna outspeed me if he does not want to take damage. And the best bet for that would be either the Galvantula or the Dugtrio. Fortunately enough for us, what I assume our two threats are out of the way. So we can... Okay, my roommate just came home, my door shut. I just wanted to make sure he didn't, like, come by and moon me while I was recording. He has to go into the Galvantula or the Dugtrio if he wants to take this thing out. Goes on the Spider Ring. I'm gonna hard switch out into Jolteon. I do have HP Ice for something like the Dugtrio. And if he hard switches in the Dugtrio and outspeeds me and it's a Scarf Dugtrio, you know, should have brought Scarf Jolteon. That'd be cool. Pretty much, unless he goes for a Bug Buzz or an Energy Ball, it's going to refill our health all the way back up. We're going to go into why they hate the Jolteon, because he just hates it for no reason. Oh, that Dugtrio is going to outspeed us. I got to get those webs away. Goes for the Volt Switch. We've got the Volt Absorb. So, I don't know if he's going to keep this thing in or if he's going to hard switch onto the Dugtrio. That's what I'm curious about. Either way, I can go for a Hidden Power Ice. We could Volt Switch to get initiative off. He might sack this thing off. If we had rocks, that'd be awesome. I did have a Gligar on this team originally. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it wasn't working. I didn't want to waste the time to, you know, get a new one. So, we're going to sit here and we're going to wait. He's going to go for a Bug Buzz. We're pretty specially defensive. So we could have went for a Volt Switch, because now he's going to send in the Dugtrio. He sees I went for the Hidden Power, so he knows I've got something up my sleeve. We could went for the Volt Switch to save this thing. That's probably going to be a big mistake, because now that... Oh, the Entei actually comes out. Okay, shiny Entei. If this is the same Entei I wanted to bring, I'm going to be super upset. Super, super upset. So let me go run a... Let me go see this really quick. So, Jolteon... Jolteon. There we go. So I've got a timid Jolteon right now with 130. So let's bring this down to 50. So if we do this, let's bring you down to 50. He's gonna outspeed us if he's a max speed Entei. And he's probably got the Bulldoze. I'm gonna hard switch out on a Blastoise here. I'm not even gonna go for a Volt Switch. He actually double backs out. And he's gonna go out into the Milotic. Good play. If we would have went for a Volt Switch, that would have been just incredible damage off on that thing. But we're gonna pull this guy out, and we're gonna send in our own Blastoise. And now we can go for a Rapid Spin and get these webs away. Because the Galvantula is gone. Yeah, I'll go for Rapid Spin first, and then I'll Toxic. So now we for sure... Oh, he's going to Dragon Tail me out. That's not a bad play. That's not a bad play. Because we have a lot of things on our team that can hit this thing. So we've got two huge tanks on the field right now. I feel like just set... what do I want to do here? I'm going to hard switch back out in the Blastoise. I really don't want to get Toxic. If he hard switches out into his own Florges, I really don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to go into the Blastoise here. He's going to go for the Scald. Not a bad play. But we are going to be able to get a Toxic off in this Milotic, and he does snag the Scald burn. Unfortunate for us, but we do have leftovers recovery, so it's not... They're going to kind of even out. I want to say it's like 12 and 12% damage for that. So, let me go back and look at his team. Galvantula's gone, so he's got the Dugtrio, the Milotic, and the Entei. So a Toxic's really going to hurt whatever wants to come in. Because we're going to get residual damage off on something. And even if it's that arena trapping Dugtrio, we'll be okay. Because if I can bring him down to Dugtrio, and if he's scarfed into Earthquake, I can go into Mega Pidgeot and just, you know, do what I need to do. He's going to keep going for Scalds. I'm not sure why. So Toxic damage is going to activate his Marvel Scale. But the recurring Toxic damage will be a real thing. So Lefty's recovery, burn damage are going to come through. We can just Dragon Tail this thing out. We can Dragon Tail. It's going to be a neutral hit either way. But I kind of want to keep... I kind of want to keep this thing in as long as I can and get as much damage off on it, because we've got things... Now that we've got the Jolteon, we can outspeed the Entei. Assuming it's not... I don't think he'd run Scarfed Entei. He might. He's new to battling, so no. So he's just going to stay in and go for Scald. It's not bad. He's going to whittle away this thing, because this thing does wall both his Dugtrio and his Entei. Got the crit with the Scald. We're going to fire one back. And that's Marvel Scale. That's Marvel Scale leftovers. So, at this point, the toxic damage is starting to rack up. That's good for us. That's good for us. We can keep Blastoise around just to end up sacking it off, I suppose. We'll go back out on the floor just here. Because we can definitely take a Scald from that. Is he saying anything in Skype? Goes for the Scald on the floor, just is he does not get the burn. Alright. So I can go for a Calm Mind here, just so I can eat these Scalds a little bit better. I really think you gotta switch at some point. If he carries Iron Head on the Entei, we're pretty much done. So he goes for the Scald. He outspeeds us, so we know that. So we're gonna be able to get up a Calm Mind, and then we can go for a Synthesis next turn, just to keep our HP. That'll be our best bet. We can go for a Synthesis, knowing that. So toxic damage is going to still be a real thing. So we can kind of set up with our floor just while the toxic damage does our own thing to him. Toxic damage next turn is going to bring him probably to about a third of his HP, maybe 40% at most. I can go for another Calm Mind here. He's going to withdraw the Milotic, so maybe Synthesis was the better play. He can either go into the Entei or the Dugtrio. Goes out in the Entei. So even though the Fire resists the Fairy typing, we're still +2. I do feel, seeing as how it's the Shiny Entei, I do feel it's going to be the Choice Band, Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, all that good stuff. So we can either... I feel like we can take a hit. Seeing how our HP is, I feel like we'll be able to take a hit. We're max HP, max defense. I'm going to take this turn and go for a Synthesis, just to kind of scout for what he wants to do. Goes for the Sacred Fire, not a bad play. Let's see how much a Choice Banded Stab Sacred Fire does. It takes us out with the crit. I don't know if that crit mattered, but the floor just is going down. So let me see here. I've got 93 seconds. Let me... 50, 252, Jolly. That won't do anything. Let's try. No, this thing's got great defenses. So we can't go in for Heracross and pick up the sweep just yet. We can, however, go into... We might be able to go into Darmanitan. We might. I'll go into the Darmanitan on this one. So let's go Choice Band. And Stone It. Or no, we've got Rock Slide. So Rock Slide either way is going to kill. We could honestly preserve this and go for a U-turn, but I kind of want to take this thing out. So... I'm going to go for a Rock Slide. We're going to outspeed the Entei. Unless it is Choice Scarfed, then we will not. If he's Choice Scarfed, he will not. If he's got some item we don't know about, allowing him to switch, so if he's got, like, leftovers or something, he can't go for the Extreme Speed, knock us out. But a Jolly Darmanitan will knock this thing out. Assuming we connect the Rock Slide. And even not, we're still going to get a hefty amount of damage off onto that Milotic. Could go on the Doug Trio to take a Rock Slide. He's going to withdraw the Entei. He does not want to take that Rock Slide, and he's going to go out into the Milotic. Assuming there's a Flare Blitz, I suppose. So a Choice Band of Rock Slide's about to come off. Let's see how much this does. That brings him down well within range for Jolteon to be able to come in and run shop. I don't want to bring Jolteon in there, because he's preserving that Doug Trio. Lives on 1. The Darmanitan lives on 1. So he might be able to take this thing out with the Darmanitan, to be honest. Unless he carries Protect or something, which I highly doubt. I highly doubt he does. But what we can do, like I said, what we can do is get the Rock Slide off. We're going to be able to knock out this Milotic, and then he's left with Entei and Doug Trio. And the Doug Trio is really the only thing I'm worried about, because Jolteon's going to be able to knock out that Entei really fast. But it's that Arena Trapping, I assume Choice Scarf Doug Trio that's just going to run shop. But like I said, we do have Mega Pidgeot for that. But I want to make sure it's his last option before we start going into that, because that just means sacking stuff off for the sake of winning, which I don't want to do, because he's got the Doug Trio, he can switch out, go into the Entei, the Hurricane won't do much. Well, actually, let me see here. Just Mega Pidgeot's base speed. Mega Pidgeot's base speed is 121. Okay, so either way we don't. Okay, I'm not worried anymore. I'm not worried. And then we can bring him down to level 50. Hurricane's going to do 83.6%. We're going to outspeed. So either way, we can go down. The Mega Pidgeot can come in. Either way. Either way, they can come in. I think he's praying that I missed this Rock Slide right now. Dear Arceus. We connect the Rock Slide. I'm all out of water, so we need to finish this up, because I get parched doing these recordings. I really do. I need to do what Shady does and just have like a gallon right here. So Darmanitan's going to go down to the poison damage. Super unfortunate, because if that poison damage wasn't a thing, we wouldn't have been able, or we would have been fine. I'll go out in a Blastoise here. I'll go out in a Blastoise. Here comes the Entei. So now what we can do... I mean, I see no reason not to go for a Scald. We're gonna die. We're not that tanky. We're not taking a Choice Banded Sacred Fire. We're not... It's not a thing that we can do. Exactly. So down the Blastoise is gonna go. So now we've got Jolteon, we got Mega Pidgeot, and we've got our Heracross left. Heracross is Scarfed. We can go into the Jolteon to bait out the Doug Trio. And our best bet, honestly, if he stays in for whatever reason, we can go for a Shadow Ball. This could be his time to take out the Doug Trio. Stays in, we could have went for a Volt Switch, but if not, I don't really have anything on my team that wants to take a Choice Banded Sacred Fire, so whatever damage we can get off with this guy is going to be good, because the Mega Pidgeot can come in, outspeed, hit him with a Hurricane. What I need to do is I need to lock that Doug Trio in. I'm going to say it all match, and if I can't pull it off, that'll be his win. That'll be his win if he can pull off the Doug Trio sweep. He's asking the Skype group right now, what HP do I run on Jolteon? That's cute. That's cute. Alright. It would have been nice if we ran HP Water. That would have been just... Whew. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball anyways. It's Choice Spec Shadow Ball. I want to see how well this thing takes it. It takes it very well, actually. It goes for the Sacred Fire. He's gonna connect that. That's gonna be a dead Jolteon. That is gonna be a dead Jolteon. So now actually what we can do is we can actually go into the Heracross right now. Because a Scarf Close Combat will take this thing out. I'm gonna go out on a Z-Drive. Funny story about this is that we used to call Max Z-Drive because he was a shiny hunter. He, we just picked on him because we're like, oh, you want to be A-Drive, we're going to call you Z-Drive. So this is Z-Drive, the Choice Scarf Heracross. Now the question is, so let's bring up my calc again. Heracross. Bring you down to level 50. Let's bring in Dugtrio. Oh, you Trapper. Let's bring you down to level 50. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can pick up the sweep with Heracross. Entei is going to go down to the close combat. That is definitely going to be good for us. My only concern is that with a -1 defense, an Earthquake still won't OHKO me. A Stone Edge is neutral. Stone Edge will do 59 at -1. Even at max. Let's Choice Band this thing just to see. Choice Band of Stelco will do 89%. So, barring the fact that we don't get a crit, I think we've got this with the Heracross. Now being a +1, close combat will take this thing out. Close combat will take this thing out. I don't know if he's asking anything in the Skype call or if he's taking his time to figure out that Dugtrio's really his only mon he can go into, but you got Dugtrio left, so what are you waiting for here? I might cut some of this out. Landmine, here we go. So, +1 Choice Scarf Close Combat should knock this thing out. If not, the Mega Pidgeot will be able to come in. Close Combat. Close Combat will take out the Dugtrio. So that is going to be good game to my friend Max. Like I said, any shots fired in this video are purely in fun. Like I said, he's one of my good friends in the community. Make sure you go check him out. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll also link his Twitch and his Twitter. He does stream semi-daily, so I will link that as well. Other than that, guys, if you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the city, hit that subscribe button as well. And as always, guys, my name is Crimson CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.